We're gonna play 25NL Zoom here on Pokerstars, so let's go.
Pocket deuces in the small blind. We will, of course, open if folded to, and we win our first pot of the day. Great start, and even better that we have pocket kings on the button, which we will open to the standard size of 2.5 big blinds, and unfortunately everyone folds to our raise. Pocket tens, wow, we're really getting spoiled with good cards here. 3 pocket pairs in the first 3 hands. Obviously opening this one up. Very tight pool so far. Not getting any action, and Queen 3 suited is the first hand that's hitting the muck. 10 deuce suited is not a defend against a raise from any position. This one will have to fold pre-flop as well. Jack 8 suited. We could open. I don't love 3-betting this though. Jack 9 suited, I would have raised this from any other position, but big blind against small blind, I'm happy to just check. Obviously now we have a great hand here, and I think I want to bet, even though we might face a check raise here, but we have a great hand, and this is even better. When the flush comes in, I elect to bet very small, because there are a lot of small edges that we want to push here. And now we can go big. I'm thinking of over betting this one 120%. We have a decent jack high flush. I think we can bet big and let him sweat with hands like a slow played king or something like that. Let's see what he had. He did have the king and even the king of spades, so we got quite lucky there. But yeah, he slow played king jack on that board, and he got punished for it. King queen off, obviously a raise against a recreational player. So by the way, the purple tag means recreational player. Sometimes I'm wrong with my tagging, but I will tag someone as recreational quite quickly. For example, if they're just open limp. And I have a red tag, which is also recreational, but that's where I've seen someone do something that's not very reg-like. King 10 off, under the gun here, I will just fold. Here, I mean, we could call. We have an aggressive short stacked players behind me, so I chose to not raise. A7 off, I would have folded either way, but especially to an early position raise. Queen 10 suited is a hand that we could play. Now we have to squeeze this one, so I'm going 16, quite big. We're a bit deeper than 100 big blinds against both players here, and I'm very happy to squeeze this hand. Obviously, if we face a 4-bet, I will have to let it go. But this is looking quite good. Let's see if we'll get a double flatter here. No, we don't. That is an excellent result for us. King 9 off, definitely a fold from any position except for the button and small blind. Also Jack 8 suited, I can't continue against a raise. Queen 8 suited in the big blind. I would have defended it, but no need to, because everyone just surrenders. Ace 4 off, I will not continue if there is any action. But there is no action, so this is the bottom of my raising range here in the small blind. We get raised by a very tight player who was only 3-bet 3%. So I will definitely let this one go. 4-3 suited, it's not a continue, would not even have been an open. King 10 suited is one though, on any of these positions. Yeah, it seems very tight this morning here. And we're not getting a lot of action. Ace-Jack is a raise. In early position, I tend to make it 2 big blinds, sometimes 2.2. I don't really have a pattern for that. I kind of randomize in my head. But I mean, in this tight pool, going 2x is kind of the way to go. Ace, queen off. We face a raise here on the button. With a call, this is definitely a situation where I want to go for a squeeze, and I go quite big with a squeeze. Could have gone 15, but I think 16 is fine. And we get folds again. Excellent. Red line must be looking good. Pocket deuce is in the small blind again. Do we get to open our mini pocket pair again? Well, it seems to have a big decision here on the button. Can't decide what to do. No, he's probably busy at a different table. So, yep, let's raise again. We get called. This is not a great flop for us. And he's a rather passive player, so I will just check to him to see what he has. Now, this is a good card for us, obviously, but I still prefer to just check this one. And another 5. I mean, I will bet this one quite small here. Actually, no, I won't. I think it's too thin. I don't think he will call with ace high. What did he have? He did have ace high. Maybe we could have gotten something out of him, but it's okay to just check down pocket deuces there. Ace 3 off, well, I would have opened it. I was just going to say it's normally outside of my opening range, but in that specific case, I would have opened it because I had very tight players in the blind. 5-6 suited is kind of my only suited connector that I will open, and I will also defend it here. It's only a break-even play, but especially against the small raise size. And look at this flop. This is absolutely amazing for us. I am happy, especially because we have the gut shot as well. I'm happy to bet this one. And I think I'm also happy to get it all in because we have enough equity. He might happy. He's got the ace queen, you see. Like, I mean, we're even ahead. And we're winning both of them, so that is great. I don't really know what he was doing there with ace queen suited, why he took that line. Yeah, I mean, he didn't even have a backdoor, so to check raise and then call the all in, there was a big mistake on his side, and we were ahead all along there. Although, I mean, technically he was ahead, but our percentage was quite good because we had a gazillion outs, and so yeah, really happy with that. Pocket eights, I want to just raise this one up here. I'm going a bit more than 3x, 3.5x, just because he only made it 2x. I don't want to give him an amazing price to call there. And yeah, we get this one through as well. Excellent. We've got some interesting hands here quite early on. Jack 4 off is obviously a fold. 10-8 off. This will not be a defend. King will be a continue. Let's see. Yeah, there's no point. Ooh, I was going to say there's no point in flatting. Here we have an aggressive player 3-betting. I mean, we're definitely going to 4-bet this one. Not going too big, 8ing big blinds. And the original under the gun razor folds. We're very deep here, unfortunately. 188, so but would still get it in here, even if we might lose to aces. This is a flop where we can either bet big or check, but I decide, no, sorry, this is a 4-bet pot actually. In the 4-bet pot, I will go 4th pot here. I was thinking this was a 3-bet pot, then would have been a big bet or a check. The queen I don't love because apart from pocket queens, I now don't have any queens in my range, so I will just check this one. And now with this, we'll see what he does now. If he checks, I will definitely go for a big bet because he could have jacks or tens or ace queen, which he does. So let's see what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna go very close to pot. I don't want to overbet it because I might lose the customer, but I will go 49 here, almost pot, and thinking I can get called by weaker hand, which we do. Let's see what he had. He had the ace queen. Yep, that's what I thought. That would be a hand that made sense the way he played it. And we are running very, very good so far this morning. As I said, king 9 off is not a hand I would open anywhere earlier than the button, although I know some players do. Jack 10 we will not defend. Yeah, the ace queen, I mean, kings against ace queen hand, I'd have to think about that. Like, I mean, obviously, now that I know that he had ace queen there, I could have bet the turn, but he could have slow played aces. We were quite deep. He had, ooh, here we have a limper, so let's tag him as a recreational. He could have slow played aces, he could have had pocket queens, and I didn't think I can get 3 streets of value against jacks and tens. So I thought overall it's better not to go for the turn bet. Here, this is quite annoying now. If he has a pocket pair, he will never fold it. I don't have a lot of showdown value, although he could have queen jack or something like that. But if he has an ace or a pocket pair, I just won't be able to get him off that. Yeah, wow, he even had a really big hand there. So yeah, definitely a spot where I will not fire the river. Yeah, king 10 again under the gun. I don't like opening it. One position later I would have. Jack 9 off, not a continue. Jack 10 off, we will raise. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I will make this one very, very small here. I have a lot of checks here on this board, but in this case, I decided to bet. Let's see what he does. I mean, he could have the flush already. Could be drawing dead even. He's now over betting. This is an annoying spot. I mean, what would he overbet with here? This is just a made flush. And I think if I had the king of hearts, I would obviously continue here. But against the overbet, I decide to just fold the jack high. I mean, the jack high, potentially jack high flush and second pair. Not worth going to war there. Yeah, 10-4 suited, not a hand I would defend. 10-8 suited will be an open in this position. Yeah, and getting an easy one here. We've actually played a lot of hands. We've been dealt a lot of hands. See V pipping 28. Here King 8 is very close, but I just decide to fold it. King 7 off is actually below the threshold. King 8 would be the lowest one, but in this tight pool and with a recreational player in the blind, I decided to open it. Ace 8 suited. I'll open and I'll min open it again just because, as you can see, the pool is very tight. We're getting folds. No need to go too big here. Same thing now. Ooh, this is a very similar spot. So again, now I can just go small with a bet here. And this time he folds. This is the guy who earlier raised me blind versus blind on that flush board. Ace 10 suited is a very good hand. If he raises, I would have 3-bet, but we're just getting a walk. King 10 off, we will of course open. I would not have continued against a raise. In the small blind, I typically play a raise or fold strategy only, never call. Although I do make exceptions sometimes. If, for example, I have a hand like ace queen offsuit and there is an under the gun raise, I might not 3-bet, but I don't quite want to fold, so I will call in that situation. Or sometimes I will call if the big blind is a big whale. I might cold call and entice him to get into the pot as well. But most of the time it's just raise or fold. This was a mighty big raise, 3.4x from under the gun. I mean, I wouldn't have continued 9-3 suited anyway, but definitely being very snug there against such a massive raise. So if you guys have any questions about how to play certain spots or raise sizes or something like that, let me know in the comments. Here king 9 off against the min raise, I still fold. Like king 10 I might have called against the min raise, but it was an early-ish position raise. Not interested here. Pocket deuces, that's why I said I can't raise and I don't want to flat, so I have to fold. Jack 9 off. No. Not interested. Ace deuce. Actually, I would have been a fold anyway. I could have folded earlier. Not kept the suspense up. King 4 suited I would have opened, but it's not a continue once the pot is opened. 5-4 suited. I'm not interested. So I just paused the video very quickly and I rat hold, which is jargon for leaving the game because I was too deep. I had 300 big blinds. I didn't want to play so deep. Now I'm back with 100 big blinds and playing for another 10 minutes or so. 10-7 suited. I don't really want to open. Definitely not once the pot is open, but I do want to play ace king suited. Yeah, you see, I now made it 2.2 earlier. I made it 2. That's just like a bit of a randomization. We have a player who cold calls here, and this is a raise from someone I don't have a lot of info on. We can, I mean, ace king suited. I'll definitely raise this one up again. But the question is whether I should just shove, and I know it's actually not a shove ace king suited, only ace king offsuit. But because it was a squeeze, I decided to, because otherwise I would have had to make it awkwardly big to allow around 27 or 28, which I didn't want to do. So I just decided to shove, and we're getting the folds there. Pocket fives, definitely an open. If we get 3-bet here, I will probably fold depending on the size. Like a lot of people don't fold pocket pairs, and calling a 3-bet in the button against the raise from the blinds is not minus EV, but it's not plus EV either. And especially if the big blind 3-bets, that seems to be a quite strong raise, stronger than GTO would expect, because it's very hard to find 3-bet bluffs in the big blind. So most players just call there with a hand like 9-8 suited or something like that. And note that even a hand like 9-8 suited is flipping against our pocket fives, and they might just see bet a board like ace, jack, deuce, and then we have to fold. So that's why I don't really love calling pocket pairs to 3-bets, even if I am in position. I will do it sometimes, but it's not like a slam dunk call for me. Pocket fives under the gun. Well, it's a low frequency raise. I will do it now simply because the pool has been very tight and we're getting punished straight away. Ooh, but now with this action, wow, look at this. We have to call obviously now. Ooh, and we're flopping a gut shot. So I'll tag this one as a recreational cold 3-bet, although he'll get the red one. And he's all in, another all in. Unfortunately, I have to fold here, but I do want to see what they had. Okay, wow, ace 10 and pocket threes. So with ace 10 suited. Yeah, playing a new hand. Pocket sevens, very similar, just opening this. Got a short stack in the big blind. If he 3-bets us, we're out, especially because he's a short stack, but also because what I said earlier, I don't really like calling pocket pairs, like low to middle pocket pairs against 3-bets. Here, this is just a defend. We flop second pair and some backdoors. I mean, here I would go either big or check. I can't go big with what is now third pair. He now bets. Yeah, half pot. I think I just have to float here once. And on this river, if he bets again, I am out. But he might have just taken a stab on the turn. If he bets and he bets pot here, pot from recreational players, which I think he is quite scary. So, but either if he had bet smaller, I would not have called there. Hit 5 off is obviously a fold. Well, we got a lot of playable hands at the beginning of the session, now a little bit less. Although this one might be one. Depending on the action, 10-6 suited. Yes, against the min raise here, I will definitely raise this one and I'll make it big. 12.5 big blinds against unerhört, and we induce the fold, which is exactly what we wanted with a hand like that. Do not want to get called when you 3-bet 10-6 suited. Queen Jack off is an open in this position. Flop an open-ender. Here I play either big bet or check. So happy to go big bet here with this hand. Now that he calls the big one hand, big bet, I decide to check. Fortunately, we don't improve. We have king high. Because we have the queen of spades, I will just give up now. Otherwise, I would have bet. And we still win. Wow, look at this. He had the flush draw. This was really a great hand. Oh, not a great hand, but a great way it worked out for us at the end. Ace Jack off in the big blind is a defend here against early position raise. We flop top pair. Obviously, if he bets now, here he should go big bet or check. Big bet means around 2/3. She shouldn't overbet. He checks. This is interesting. I will check again because he might be slow playing. And now that he checked twice, I will go fairly big, about 125, 130% here, because he might have some showdown value like a weaker ace or a king, but unfortunately we don't get a call here. I still think it was the right play. So after this one, we'll play one more orbit and then we'll wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this format. Let me know in the comments, or if you would like me to do something else, because I think like half an hour play and explains are quite good. Let me know if there are any questions, if there is something that you would like to know, how to play certain spots, or what to open, or raising sizes, or something like that.
So overall, this session went pretty well. We played 138 hands, not a big sample size, obviously, but we won $50. But the most important thing is that I think that I am very happy with the decisions that I made in this session. So let me know if you like this new format, if you would like to see more of these play and explains, and we'll do that. Thanks for watching. Bye.